what landlords actually care about. They don't care that you're giving the big numbers to them or the big hype, or that you're telling them how great you are, or how many deals you've made, or how much you want to make this business of yours succeed. They actually care about what affects their life and what affects their property. So stop focusing on what your needs are and start obsessing over what the landlord's needs are, and the solution they're looking for, and where you come in to the equation to solving the problem that they have. There's a very selective number of factors that differentiate the landlord choosing you over the millions of other agents that are able to serve them. First of all, you need to understand that when you approach a landlord and you tell them what you're going to provide for them, you need to focus solely on the problem you're solving. So identify, first of all, what is the problem that this landlord or this property has. Is it that they can't rent the property as fast as they would like? Is it that they can't achieve the price they actually desire to achieve for the rental income? Or is it that there's other issues with the property which needs to be addressed? Or there's a different way of marketing the property that you can solve and bring in a flood of offers and bring in the desires of landlords to come to you instead of you chasing them, because there is a lot of competition. The biggest factor that differentiates you from the rest of the millions of agents out there is that you're a unique person. Whether you know this or not, you need to be aware that you have a unique gift that you're bringing to the table, that you're bringing to the world. So take that forward and don't try to fake, or don't try to act in a different way from your actual truth, from your actual character. Because landlords are smart people. They bought the property and they own many properties in some cases. They may even own only one property. But because they're already a owner and a landlord, they are smart. So they can feel your energy and they can see the type of person you are, even without you having to say much to them. They can feel your energy. So don't come across as you're bragging or you're being fake, because they will suss it out. So stay genuine, stay unique, and stay true to yourself. Don't try to fake it. So one of the things that landlords care about is professionalism. They're dealing with, the agent that they're dealing with is a professional. So that starts from the way you talk to them on the phone, the way you interact and you ask them the right questions, and the way you give feedback, and also the timing and the fashion in which you give feedback. And of course, without saying too much about it, you need to be on time if you've arranged anything with them. If you arrange to call them at 12 p.m. tomorrow and you call them at 12:30 p.m., your professionalism has just gone down many times. If you're going to meet them at their property to do evaluation or viewing, and you're even 10 or 15 minutes late, that decreases your credibility in terms of your professionalism. So being on time, being punctual, sticking to your word, this is crucial. And this all ties down to professionalism. Being a professional. Landlords care about consistency. Being consistent with what you're saying, being consistent with what you're offering. And then when you tie up the deal, being consistent in paying them the rent that you've agreed. Making sure you're not 1 hour, 1 day late on your rent. Even better than that, you put a standing order the day before the rent is due, so that you're never late and you're in fact early. This all shows your professionalism, your consistency. And of course, hand in hand with that, they want reliable people who are going to look after their property, because they worked very hard to own this property. Many of them have put their life savings into their properties, their assets, their retirement plan. So they want it to be in good hands with a reliable operator, professional operator, consistent operator. So make sure you are coming above the odds so that they see you as different from other agents and other operators. The other factor that landlords care about is how much rent they will achieve. So no matter if you're the most professional person, the most polite, the most nicest agent they've ever met, if you will not give them the rent that they desire or they need or close to it, then they're not getting what they need. They will naturally, majority of the time, tell you that they think you're fantastic and they wish you all the best of luck in your business, but they just can't lower the price to the amount that you need. So make sure before you're speaking to them that you can actually, even though you're going to negotiate the price and you want to get the best deal possible, in your mind, before you even called them, spoke to them or visited the property, you know that you can actually offer them the price that they are asking for. For example, you saw a listing for £2,000 per month for the property. And after you've done your stress test and the numbers and analysis of the deal, as I showed you in the previous lessons, and you find out at the end that you actually can offer them £2,000 a month and you will still make a profit, then that needs to be at the forefront, that in case the landlord's not negotiating, he's playing hardball, that you can take on the property. So you are not just trying to close at the price that you want, but you know that you're capable of giving them the rent that they're asking for, as long as it makes profit. The next thing they want to understand about you is that you're an organized person. Now that comes into, again, with the professionalism, the consistency, the reliable. You're organized. Okay, so throughout your business relationship with them, they will see that you're an organized person, that you do as you say, and you try your best to keep up to the terms and the timings that you've promised them. And of course, last but not least, and there's more factors, the final one we'll run down is that you're a truthful, honest person. And this, in any business relationship, comes with huge value. If they can feel and they can see that you're honest and you're truthful, then they will love to do business with you. And they will keep coming back to you and they will recommend you to everyone they know. So don't pretend to be honest. Actually be honest. Because you will get the reward that honesty and truthfulness gets. People can feel your energy. They don't need for you to tell them that you're being dishonest. They can feel your energy. And there's a few other ones, but in this lesson I'm going to keep it brief. I'm going to go through these only so that you get an idea of what landlords actually want. Another bonus one I'll give you, as you are my favorite students. Make sure, and this is a general sales quality, when you meet a new client in any arena of sales, of business, you don't want to give them a desperation about yourself. You don't want to look desperate, and you don't want to have commission breath. That all you care about is money. All you care about is taking on their property that you can make commission. That puts off a lot of clients, a lot of landlords. So don't be desperate for the deal. Don't have commission breath. So in sales, if you're coming across as desperate, clients can tell that you have commission breath. You just want the commission. So how do you deal with that? Because of course, naturally, you want the deal. You want that landlord to sign with you. You want to sign that client because you are in turn a salesman. So it's natural to you to have that feeling. But how we counteract that is by believing in the law of variables that everyone has an average number of clients they need to go through to get the no's to get to the yes. So everyone will have a different set number of variable until they get the deal done. For you, you may need to see 10 clients to sign a deal. For someone else, they may need to see only 2 clients. For myself, I may need to only see 2, 3 clients. But everyone has a different number. But it comes down to the quantity of clients you see, the quantity of landlords you meet, the quantity of offers you give, you will sign the deals. So don't have commission breath. Instead of that, get more landlords that you meet. Get more offers out there. So when you meet a landlord, now you don't need to say to them that I don't really care if you choose me or not. You don't say this to them, of course. But they'll feel it in your energy that yes, you would love to give them the solution and the service that you can provide for them, and you're a professional, organized, reliable, honest person who can give them the rent that they want and look after their property, and you'll always be on call with them as an advisor. However, if they don't choose you, they've lost out because you're one of a kind and you're one in a million who can give them this service in the most honest, reliable, consistent manner. So don't be desperate. Let them feel your energy that you are professional, you can give them the solution, and you don't have commission breath. You don't really mind if they don't choose you because you're going to see another 9 landlords and then one of them will say yes. So that's another superpower of sales and a super hidden quality that landlords actually, even if it's not consciously, they subconsciously get attracted to sign a deal with an agent or operator who doesn't show they're desperate. And in turn, it makes them attracted to make an offer and sign with you because they see that this guy, this person, this operator, this woman, she is super professional, she's super honest, she's showing me she's organized, she's on time, she's giving me all the answers, she's very knowledgeable, and she has money to back it up and pay the rent. But she's not being desperate. She's put the offer there, and in her energy, not with her words or his words, in the energy, the landlord can feel that he doesn't need this property. He's got many other landlords calling him to come and see the property. So at the end of the day, all of these things correlate and go into what landlords care about.